This is my previous badminton shoe, and because it's too narrow for my feet, I tried to find another option, another replacement, and I decided to try basketball shoes. By the way, if you have wide feet, I recommend you not to choose the Mizuno or Yonex, because from my experience they are pretty narrow, so my feet always hurt around this area because their feet, Mizuno or Yonex, they are too narrow. With these shoes, it fits much better for my feet, for my wide feet. You can see it's much wider here. Now let's compare this with this. Yes, so you can clearly see that it's wider. The main reason I try the basketball shoes is that I want it to be more stable for lateral movement. I don't have the strong ankle, so I would prefer more stable shoes. For these shoes, they're pretty good, lightweight, very quick. It's stable, but it's not as stable as I prefer. In some quick and intense rallies, I somehow don't have the full confidence to move around. My ankle needs to have some micro adjustment, and I don't like it. First impressions when I wear these shoes, they are bulky, much bulkier than the normal badminton shoes. You can clearly see how big it is. Compared to these shoes. It's also much heavier. So the first impression is that it feels low. My feet feels heavy, of course, heavier than when I wear the normal badminton shoes. However, it's much more stable, which I like. And if you can see clearly, this is the area where my feet cover around. Okay, and then a small part this side. The midsole and the outsole extended to this side. It makes these shoes very stable. Let's talk about what I don't like about these shoes. Okay, specifically for these shoes, you can see that the outsole here is quite flat compared to the normal badminton shoes. Okay, I'll try to show it to you. Okay, good. So you can see it raised up around 4 foot here. So the transition between the heels and the front foot is much faster than in this shoe. With this one, it's quite stiff. You could feel that it's quite stiff. So it doesn't have the smooth transition from heel to toe. Just this shoe only. I found that there are many basketball shoes that have the raised front foot like this. So I recommend you, if you want to try some basketball shoes for badminton, you can try to find the basketball shoes in which the front foot is raised somehow like this, because the outsole is quite flat, and because in basketball we jump a lot and we stand in our front feet a lot, so most of the time we have to stay something like this. and it creates some stretch to my midfoot around here, and around here. After the intense rally, I can feel the soreness in my midfoot. It just takes some time to adjust, and it's the only downside that I feel from these shoes. It's heavier, it's bulkier, but actually I like it. I like the bulkiness and the weight of the shoes. Okay, let's talk about what I like about these shoes. It's so stable, especially in the lateral supports. It means I have full confidence to move around. And actually, after 1.5 or 2 hours of practice and playing badminton, my feet feels better on these shoes than on this, because my ankle, my feet doesn't have to micro adjust to every movement. With this one, I can do whatever I like with my feet. Another thing is that for basketball shoes, I would like to show you here, the midsole, I noticed the midsole is slightly thicker than the other badminton shoes. The midsole feels very plushed, very responsive. It's like you stand on the spring, which makes me want to jump all the time. Actually, after I jump and land on the ground, my feet feels better with these shoes. I feel that it absorbs the impact much better in the basketball shoes than the normal badminton shoes. This one you can see that the midsole is not as thick and it's quite firm, so it's just a different way of feeling. I don't say this is not good. I just prefer this one. Another thing is that, especially for these shoes, the midsole here is very thick in the heels. So when I land with my heels, it feels very supportive. Sometimes when I wear the shoes and I land on the heels, it feels hurt, just slightly, sometimes, not always, but it's there. I hurt sometimes. With this one, nothing at all. Perfectly fine. Quick note for tennis. I mainly play tennis. However, I haven't tried these shoes for tennis yet. Based on what I feel when I wear these shoes for playing badminton, I think that this is a very good alternative for tennis also. For clay courts only, not hard courts, because the outsole is very soft. The basketball shoes are designed mainly for indoor courts. If you wear these shoes playing tennis on hard courts, you're gonna wear this sole very quickly. Stiffness of the sole is very similar to the clay court shoes. Even the outsole design is very similar to the clay court tennis shoes. This shoe specifically looks very similar to the Adidas Sole Court Boost tennis shoes. I haven't played tennis with the Sole Court Boost, but I try to wear the Sole Court Boost already. They feel very similar. These shoes feel slightly more stable. So, if you play a lot of tennis on clay courts, you can try some basketball shoes, even with the mid shoes. This is a low profile. If you want to protect your ankle or more support in your ankle, you can buy the basketball shoes with the raised. I forgot the name of this part, but this one should raise up a little bit higher. Okay, to sum up, basketball shoes are the very good alternative options for the badminton shoes. If you want the stability, more support from the shoes, then you can choose the basketball shoes. If you want the lightness or the swiftness of the shoes and you want to control all of your movement, then you can get normal badminton shoes. It's perfectly fine. However, I think this is also a very good option, and another good thing is that basketball shoes normally have the lots of promotion or sale online. This is the high-end basketball shoes I bought in the Adidas website. I got it for 55 euros, which is a very good deal. For badminton, I think you don't need to buy the mid basketball shoes. This low profile basketball shoes is stable enough. It's already very stable enough for playing badminton. Thank you for watching. I hope you find something useful in this video, and I will see you around. Goodbye.